Hey guys, welcome back to another Ferrari Formula 1 Evolution video, illustrated with 1/18 scale models. This is the 1998 F300 by Minichamps with the tobacco livery, and was driven by Michael Schumacher and Eddie Irvine. Now 1998 had some big rule changes. One was to reduce the track width from 2 meters to 1.8 meters, and of course the introduction of groove dry tires. As you can see, there are 3 grooves in the front tires and 4 in the rear. All this to reduce cornering speeds. This put a greater emphasis on aerodynamics, and in my opinion could be looked at as the beginning of the decline in on-track racing in modern Formula 1. Reason being, the combination of reduced mechanical grip and increased aero grip, particularly the above-body aero grip, which are the wings and the winglets, is known to make following another car increasingly difficult. Now that is a whole other topic that we're not going to get into. The V10 engine for the F300 is claimed to have 805 horsepower according to the trusty internet, and I personally do not believe that figure. The Mercedes engine in the McLaren was well known to be the best engine for that season, and those figures go as high as 780 horsepower. Now Ferrari did go with a high RPM philosophy, which does equate to high horsepower, whereas the McLaren certainly had more torque and a broader torque curve at lower RPMs, but factoring in that data and the horsepower claims from other cars from 97 to 99, I think the figure of about 770 horsepower was more accurate for the Ferrari. This was the last time Ferrari wore Goodyear tires, as this was the last year of the tire war between Goodyear and Bridgestone. Qualifying seemed to benefit the Bridgestones a bit more, but the races was one of the most balanced and interesting tire wars I can remember. Some tracks benefited a certain tire, but not so much the other tire was uncompetitive. With the narrower track, which brought the wheels inwards 200 millimeters, the aerodynamicists work hard at improving the airflow between the tires. You can see the large planks right here that are attached to the lower nose cone, which is to control the airflow going towards the keel underneath the car. The front wing end plates became a particular point of interest, as there were several different variations which had an effect on the airflow around the tires, as well as downforce and brake cooling. Unfortunately, this model doesn't represent one of the more intriguing end plate designs, but if you look at one from, say, the British Grand Prix, you can see some significant differences. The side pods are quite low in this era, and I like on this model that you can see the radiators, and on this one it even has those little slots which separate the radiators for the water and the oil and such. Towards the rear of the car, again because of the narrower track width, the teams put big efforts into closing the bodywork as tight as possible. You can see this big cavity under here, which is quite a bit tighter than the 1997 car. Ferrari also had this very intricate winglet design which had different levels as well as these different strakes. Now, one big change in the 1998 F300 that is not shown on this model is the introduction of the periscope exhaust. The launch model of the car had the lower exhaust for the blown diffuser, but Ferrari found it was overheating the gearbox and hydraulics, plus the latest high-revving 90-degree V10s did not like the longer exhaust pipes. So the solution was to move the exhaust to exit around here. Now, I don't know if there's a model that shows that, but I'll still show a picture. Now, this design was not fundamentally as aero efficient as the low exhaust, but this did allow Ferrari to close in the rear bodywork even more, which helped the rear airflow around the diffuser and out the back of the car. This idea became a revolution in F1, as by 2002, every team had switched to the periscope style exhaust. The rear wing shown on this model is a medium downforce with 3 elements, but again there's no slot gaps to separate the different elements on the rear wing or on the front wing. The ever-important diffuser had this central channel grow significantly, and I think this is around the time when Ferrari started to become really specialized at the efficiency of the diffuser, as it's such an important factor in the performance of the car. In the end, the F300 averaged out to be a pretty vast 0.55 seconds behind McLaren in qualifying, but just 1/10 behind in the races. And because of this, Michael Schumacher was able to fight for the championship again right down to the last race. Had Michael not had a tire failure during that race, he may have gone on to win it, which would have tied him with Mika Häkkinen at 96 points, assuming Mika finished second. However, I think the championship still would have gone to Häkkinen, because even though they would have been tied with 7 victories apiece, Mika would have finished the season with 3 second-place finishes and Michael only with 2, and the tiebreaker going to Häkkinen. So if you liked the video, hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and thanks for watching.